And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses, and she said, Because I drew him out of the water. Exodus 2 verse 10. Believe in God's purposes. His plan for us frequently starts in unexpected ways. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush, and he looked, and, behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Exodus 3 verse 2. God frequently makes himself known to us in amazing ways, teaching us to be aware of his presence. And he said, Draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Exodus 3 verse 5. We must revere God and acknowledge his holiness at all times. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people the children of Israel out of Egypt. Exodus 3 verse 10. God equips those he calls, but he calls us to difficult things. And Moses said unto God, Who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Exodus 3 verse 11. Feeling inadequate is acceptable since God's strength will enable us to carry out his desire. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am, and he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. Exodus 3 verse 14. We learn to rely on God's unchanging character because of his eternal nature. And the Lord said unto him, What is that in thine hand? And he said, A rod. Exodus 4 verse 2. God makes use of what we already have to achieve his goals. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech, and of a slow tongue. Exodus 4 verse 10. God is not hampered by our apparent shortcomings, he gives us strength despite them. Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. Exodus 4 verse 12. God assures us that he will be there and provide direction for every assignment he assigns us. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee, and when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. Exodus 4 verse 14. There are moments when we must have faith that God has already provided for our needs. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in, and told Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. Exodus 5 verse 1. Although following God's instructions can be difficult, doing so results in his deliverance. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and with great judgments. Exodus 6 verse 6. God is dependable in keeping His promises of rescue from oppression. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of spirit, and for cruel bondage. Exodus 6 verse 9. God's message of hope endures even in the face of discouragement. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Exodus 7 verse 1. To achieve His goals, God promotes His selected leaders. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded, and Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Exodus 7 verse 10. When people follow God's directions, amazing things happen. Thus saith the Lord, In this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in mine hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. Exodus 7 verse 17. God uses signs and wonders to show off His power and authority. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Exodus 8 verse 1. God has given us a clear directive, to serve Him no matter what. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died, but of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. Exodus 9 verse 6. God punishes the wicked while protecting His followers. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. Exodus 9 verse 34. Although people may be unhappy with how things work, we must remain obedient to God and not give up. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Exodus 10 verse 3. To obtain God's blessing and rescue, one must be humble before Him. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. Exodus 12 verse 13. The Lamb's blood, which represents Jesus' atonement for our salvation, protects us. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve the Lord, as ye have said. Exodus 12 verse 31. We live a life of worship and service to God due to His deliverance. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will shew to you today, for the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Exodus 14 verse 13. We must have faith that God will defend us when we are afraid or in distress. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. Exodus 14 verse 21. God shows His might and faithfulness by creating a way where none appears to exist. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously, the horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Exodus 15 verse 1. Worship and praise are potent reactions to God's deliverance. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my law, or no. Exodus 16 verse 4. Our everyday necessities are met by God. We must have faith in His faithfulness every day. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less. Exodus 16 verse 17. Having faith in God entails accepting what He offers and trusting in Him. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod, wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand, and go. Exodus 17 verse 5. God will continue to guide and equip us, as evidenced by His past faithfulness. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. Exodus 17 verse 6. Even in the face of adversity, God miraculously meets our needs. And it came to pass on the morrow, that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. Exodus 18 verse 13. Although being a leader demands commitment and hard work, effective leaders delegate tasks to others. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou, and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee, thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Exodus 18 verse 18. We are not made to bear challenges alone, even leaders require assistance. And the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. Exodus 19 verse 9. The fact that God is with us validates His message and fortifies our faith. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. Exodus 20 verse 19. God's holiness is so great that it inspires awe and reverence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law, and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. Exodus 24 verse 12. To help us live moral lives, God gives us His instructions. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf, and the dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands, and brake them beneath the mount. Exodus 32 verse 19. While we can react to sin with righteous rage, we must seek God's direction in doing so. And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp, but his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. Exodus 33 verse 11. Our relationship with God is strengthened when we become intimate with Him through prayer and fellowship. Now therefore, I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, shew me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people. Exodus 33 verse 13. Every choice we make must be made with God's presence and direction in mind. And he said unto him, If thy presence go not with me, carry us not up hence. Exodus 33 verse 15. Success and victory depend on God's presence. Without Him, we cannot succeed. And the Lord passed by before him, and proclaimed, the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth. Exodus 34 verse 6. We can always rely on the mercy, grace, and truth of God. And Moses made haste, and bowed his head toward the earth, and worshipped. Exodus 34 verse 8. The natural reaction to seeing God's glory is worship. And the Lord called unto Moses, and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying. Leviticus 1 verse 1. For those who are willing to listen and obey, God speaks intelligibly. Then Moses said unto Aaron, This is it that the Lord spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron held his peace. Leviticus 10 verse 3. Because God is holy, he must be honored and sanctified in everything. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. Numbers 12:3. Greatness follows true humility. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying. Numbers 20:7. God communicates with those who sincerely seek him out. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, Because ye believed me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. Numbers 20:12. Receiving God's promises requires obedience to his commands. Behold, I have set the land before you, go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and to their seed after them. Deuteronomy 1 verse 8. God keeps his word, and it is our responsibility to take advantage of his favor. The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me, unto him ye shall hearken. Deuteronomy 18 verse 15. Moses predicts that Jesus will save God's people, will arrive. So Moses the servant of the Lord died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. Deuteronomy 34 verse 5. Even God's faithful servants have designated periods to finish their worldly tasks. And Moses was 120 years old when he died, his eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. Deuteronomy 34 verse 7. God sustains his servants throughout their lives, granting them strength and vitality.